Chef Jamie. Hi guys, happy Halloween. Today I'm going to show you how we're going to be cooking 3 fantastic dishes, cooked all on molto, using these 3 beautiful, vibrant pumpkins. Portion it first. We're just going to remove the seeds, cutting this just rough cubes, and then I'm going to insert the pumpkin, and then you can get a small spoon, fold over the edges, and there we have one like that. The last thing we're going to do, we've got some pea shoots. And guys, here we have is our tortellini pasta with our steamed pumpkin and pumpkin puree. So what we're going to do first is we're going to talk about the different varieties of pumpkin that we're going to be cooking with today. If you take the Japanese pumpkin, for example, okay, it's a very flowery kind of pumpkin, okay? The skin is edible. If you roast it or if you steam it, you can eat the skin, okay? Same with the butternut squash. Now, the difference with the butternut squash is the fact that the flesh, when it cooks, it goes super soft. So this is absolutely fabulous for making soups and sauces, okay? And again, we have the orange pumpkin here. It's a similar variety as the Japanese one. This is just the orange Japanese variety, and then this is the green variety. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of ways how we're going to prepare and peel a pumpkin. Now, if you're very strong, okay, what you can actually do is you can get a potato peeler or a vegetable peeler, and you can actually peel the sort of pumpkin like so. Okay, peeling all of the skin off the pumpkin. Second way that we're going to be doing it is by using a knife, a very sharp knife to cut it. Now this is quite dangerous, so be very careful when you are chopping. You need to make sure that you have a good solid base. You should chop it off first, portion it first, is we can create a very flat base. All what we're going to do is you're going to be cutting away from you. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit off the end of this, and then we're going to slice it, okay? Also, each pumpkin actually has slightly different seeds. Okay, as you see, these are slightly wider and flatter, and then these are a little bit smaller. We're just going to remove the seeds from the pumpkin. What I also like to do is I like to lay these seeds onto the baking tray, okay, and let them dry out with a little pinch of salt. So guys, look, now what we've done is we've prepared the skin, and we've obviously washed it, and we've removed the seeds. We're just going to thinly slice it like so. Now make sure, because we're looking for it all to cook nice and evenly, okay? So we need to make sure that basically it's thin enough that it's going to cook. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start pre-cooking. So what we are going to do is we're going to put some of the pumpkin, some of the butternut squash, okay, into the simmering basket. The orange pumpkin is going to go in to the deep steaming tray. So we're going to put some water in, and then I'm going to insert, okay, the pumpkin. Then I'm going to attach the deep steamer. Now, before I insert the shallow steamer, I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add some pepper, some salt. So again, we're just going to lay our pumpkin across, and we're just going to repeat this with some more olive oil, salt, some pepper, and then lastly, a pinch of cumin. Okay, cumin and squash, and any kind of squash, is we're going to be cooking this for about 12 minutes, okay, on steaming mode. So just going to put this on the board for now. Just remove that. Okay, the puree and pumpkin, the butternut squash from there. Put it to one side. Okay, now we're going to be cooking our filling now. Now we're using a very classic combination of spinach and cheese, and then we're going to be binding it all together with that lovely waxy orange pumpkin. Yes. But first thing we need to do is we need to saute our spinach. Okay, so we're going to have our spinach into the mixing bowl along with some garlic powder. And then lastly, some oil is going to go in there. And then what we need to do is we just need to saute that for around about 5 minutes, okay, until it's all nice and cooked. So first thing that we should do, give the spinach a little bit of a mix around. Then we're going to add our pumpkin and also our cream cheese. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to be giving it a good mix, and then we're going to be binding it all together. Okay, so now once that's cooked, what we need to do is we need to remove the filling from the mixing bowl into a small bowl and then clean out your bowl very, very well. Okay guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a go at rolling our tortellini, making our tortellini. Now, what we're going to do, you're going to start off with putting a little bit of water around the edges, and then you can get a small spoon of filling, and then all you're going to do is you're going to fold over the edges, push out all of this lovely air, because if you have the air, and then you're going to pinch it together, okay? And there we have one like that. Okay guys, so look, now what we have here is we have our beautifully finished tortellini. We're going to be making our beautiful puree now, our really smooth and silky puree. So what we're going to do, we're going to add our cooked squash along with some vegetable stock, some cream, a little pinch of salt. So we're now going to be cooking this for about 5 minutes, okay, on speed setting 1. So once it's cooked, okay, the last thing that we need to do is we just need to puree it, okay, and make it super, super smooth and start. So we're gonna decant it into this lovely bowl set that we have. What we got here, we got some preheated water, okay, and we're just gonna be cooking our tortellini. Now, because we're cooking them from fresh, okay, they're gonna take about 3 minutes to cook. So I'm gonna add them in to the simmering basket. Also, what happens that when you put the corn flour or the polenta or the maize on the actual tortellini, they start to dry out a bit on the outside and they make it a lot easier to handle. This is going to drop inside the water. Make sure it's fully submerged. We're going to reattach the steaming sets and then we're going to be cooking that for 3 minutes only. So what we are going to be doing is we're going to be laying our beautiful puree on the side, on the bottom. And then I'm just going to remove the steaming set, and as you see, them tortellinis are beautiful. They've really expanded. Now we're going to get some of our colourful autumnal, okay, pumpkin, and then dot some of our tortellini. The last thing we're going to do, we've got some pea shoots and a sprinkling of green pumpkin seed. And guys, here we have is our tortellini pasta with our steamed pumpkin and pumpkin puree.